And we're on. Hey everybody, Christian Anthony again with another video. Today I'm gonna be making a video about 3 must-see Netflix films. As this video is being made, all 3 of these films are on Netflix. And yeah, I definitely think you should check them out because they're very well done. So yeah, let's get into it. The first film that I want to talk about is called The Ritual. It was released in 2017 and directed by David Bruckner, I believe. Stars Rafe Spall, Sam Truffaut, I believe is how you pronounce his name, Arsha Ali, and Rob James Collier. The screenwriters were Adam Neville and Joe Barton. The film follows this group of friends that are brainstorming about what they can do as friends. They don't really set their mind on anything that night, but towards the end of the night, 2 of the friends actually end up going to a nearby liquor store or something to pick up some extra drinks, and you know, as soon as they walk in, they're barging in on a in-process robbery, and this results in one of the friends being brutally murdered while the other one kind of just hides because of how scared he is. Fast forward 6 months later, they're in the Swedish wilderness in the Scandinavian mountains, and the goal is they want to honor their friend's wish of doing this hike in the Swedish mountains. The one who was killed in the liquor store, that was his idea. Around the end of the first act, they've reached the peak, they've reached where they wanted to go, and they decide that they want to go back. They don't want to stay too long, so they're gonna head home. But one of the friends, the genius of the group, decides that they're gonna take a shortcut. Obviously, in horror films, if you take a shortcut, it's probably not gonna be a shortcut. What makes this film, really good, in my opinion, or probably the best aspect about this film, is just the screenwriting. Everything from character development, the character arc that we see our protagonists go through is both like troubling and extremely like satisfying, because all of us have an experience with guilt and regret, and he probably goes through this shit the most because he was the one that was there while his friend was brutally murdered. And we see this a lot during the second act when he's encountering these supernatural experiences. The supporting characters are very good. The way they bounce off each other in terms of dialogue, like the shit they say, but also like the more intense scenes when they're arguing, when the fear is starting to set in, and the fear not only of the monster but the very real fear that they could die in the forest. Like, who the fuck wants to die in the forest, And they all have families, and they have to they're thinking about their kids and stuff, so it's a terrible fate to endure. The main problem for me is the greater part of the third act. It seems as if the screenwriters didn't trust enough for the characters and the antagonist to display the necessary emotion that the audience needed to feel for the monster. So they end up just explaining it to us, which is not fulfilling at all. As every single one of my film directing professors and all of my screenwriting professors say, show, don't tell. And that's what this film struggles with towards the end. The second film we're going to be discussing is called The Invitation. It was directed by Karen Kusama and released in 2015, I believe. It was written by Matt Manfredi and Phil Hay, the screenwriter. It stars Logan Marshall Green, Tommy Blanchard, Mikhail Huisman, I think is how you say his name. It might be Michael, I don't know, I'm probably on crack. He's very famous for The Haunting of Hill House. I think he's a really good actor. The film begins with our boy Will. He's going to a party thrown by his ex-wife, and he's attending this party with his new girl, which is kind of weird. Why would you go to a party that your ex-wife is throwing with your new girlfriend? Beats me. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, so the party's thrown by his ex-wife, Eden is her name, and he's also going to see some old friends, some old mutual friends that him and Eden had. So it's kind of like a reunion party, I guess. Again, red flag. I've only been divorced once, so I can't speak on this too much, but I don't think I would go to a party that my ex-wife is throwing with my current girlfriend. Doesn't make sense to me. After arriving to the party, Will realizes that his ex-wife and her new man's are part of this society, this weird thing that's very similar to Scientology, and it's called The Invitation. The film does a great job from the opening scene of emitting great discomfort, both for the audience and for our protagonist especially. It seems that he has not been able to deal with what happened to him, and from the moment we see him, he just looks like a very uncomfortable, unstable man. And again, the film does an amazing job of displaying these uncomfortable situations. Like at this party, a party supposed to be fun, Eden and her new man decide to show a PR film to all of the friends there of a woman dying of fucking cancer. She's literally dying of cancer, and they're showing it. This is like they got like a laptop and they're showing it like this is a fucking thing that people do. So again, discomfort. Something that I really enjoy about this film, particularly, is it delves into how our character deals with loss and grief, and the reason it's so good is because it's so relatable. Everybody has dealt with a loss, and more often than not, we tend to deal with loss in not the correct way, and that's exactly what Will is a victim of. He's not dealing with this the correct way, and neither is Eden. But what's cool is they go two totally different paths, and they kind of end up in a similar situation in terms of not being happy and not being able to accept. Quote from the movie, he says, "I've been waiting to die since the moment it happened," which is extremely just sad to think that a moment in time can bring someone so much sadness and despair that they want to die the rest of their life for it. Ultimately, all of the things that happen in this film, all the discomfort, all the weird shit that happens, brings us to an amazing climax at the end, amazing third act, and yeah, The Invitation, check it out. And number 3, last but certainly not least, I actually think this is probably the best one on this list. The last must-see Netflix film that you should watch is called Green Room. Green Room. Chef's kiss. Amazing. My older brother put me onto this film actually a while ago, and I've been putting it off for some reason. I always put it off, and I finally ended up watching it, and I was like, wow, I'm such an idiot for putting this off for so long. It's such a good film. Everybody needs to see it. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. Fucking watch it. Watch it. Written and directed by Jeremy Saulnier. Yeah, written and directed by that guy. Genius. Also, for anybody who needs some extra push to watch it, it's an A24 film, and everybody knows if it's an A24 film, it's an amazing film. Released in 2016, it stars the late Anton Yelchin. Rest in peace, may God rest his soul. Joe Cole, who's very famous for the show Peaky Blinders, which is another show that I absolutely love, I'm obsessed with. Callum Turner, who also plays in the Netflix original film Tramps, which is really good too. It's very fast-paced. Reminds me a lot of the way the Safdie brothers write. It's very just fast-paced and, anxiety-inducing. But we're not talking about Tramps. We're talking about Green Room. So, yeah, Callum Turner, he plays in it. He's also pretty good in this film. Imogen Poots, who plays in Black Christmas, which is fucking awful. If you haven't seen it, don't watch it. You're not missing much. It also stars Patrick motherfucking Stewart, who plays in Star Trek and I think all of the X-Men films, and he fucking kills it. This film follows a small down-on-their-luck band that's looking for work pretty much anywhere they can find it. It's a metal band. And they end up finding one spot, but when they get there, it's not what they expected, so they kind of get into some trouble. Again, what makes this film just as great, if not better than all the other ones, is the screenwriting. The screenplay is amazing. I've actually studied it a few times in school. It does a really amazing job of lulling you to sleep, so to speak, and then dropping a fucking bomb on your face. What we call this in screenwriting terms is plants and payoffs. So they'll put something in, and it rewards everybody that was paying attention, because say you just brush it off as something, some unnecessary dialogue, you won't actually get the payoff. But if you pay attention to everything and listen to everything that they're saying, and then remember it, and when they bring it up, oh wow, that's deep, profound, amazing writing. Something that I really like about this film is the color grading. It really helps set the scene for certain scenes, and also kind of helps tone and what characters are feeling based on just the way the shots look, the colors of the shot. And also the cinematography is simple but impactful. Sometimes less is more. Writing can push a film, past any expectations that you originally have for it. If you have a film that has great directing and not so good writing, you're not gonna have a good film. if you have a film that has great writing and average directing, you're gonna have a great film. And that's what all three of these films display, especially this one. So yeah, Green Room, check it out. So yeah, guys, that was my video. That was my list of 3 must-see Netflix films that you need to watch. Immediately after watching this video, if you watch this entire video, go to Netflix right now, look up one of these films, and watch it all the way through. Come back, leave me a comment what you thought. Tell me, Christian, I fucking hated it, and I'm never gonna watch your videos again. Dislike, unsubscribe, report, anything. Or you can say, Christian, I really liked this movie, you know. Or you can come back and say, review this movie, or you can comment whatever the fuck you want. You can comment hate, you can comment whatever. Just go watch these films, please. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Yeah, if you liked the video, like it, subscribe if you'd like. I'm gonna try to make more videos pretty soon. And yeah, thank you. And also, Black Lives Matter. Bye.
On days like this, I put my